It's so good to see you.
Good to see you too.
What do you have?
For you. Oh, well, thank you.
Both sides are beautiful.
These are radishes, right?
No, they're little tiny turnips. I'm kind of on record
Turnips.
as thinking turnips are bullshit, but like, look how cute they are.
But when they're so cute,
and then they're
how
really
can they be
sweet
bullshit?
too. Yeah.
Wait,
Later
why
they
do
get a
I
little-
not know the difference between a turnip and a radish?
They're in the same familia.
They look, because these are radishes,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. Red radish, French breakfast. So really beautiful. But I like when they're tiny like this, and the greens are really delicious too.
So
and
more
they're
about the
super
greens
sweet.
than the
I feel like because turnips can winter over, so when they can get really big, and then you take the greens off, and then they go into cold storage, and then they just smell like gas.
Yeah. Is that your main like turnips are bullshit stance? Is that they smell like gas?
And they kind of pollute everything around them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Okay.
like this, I would eat a French breakfast radish with just butter in it.
Well, the truth though is that you can't always get like the French radishes at the grocery store.
Sometimes those are a little.
How dare you get in our shot? It's okay. Okay. Oh wait, I should. By the way, we had people watching in case we didn't know. So Carla Music is a dear friend of mine. We met at Bon Appetit years ago when I worked there.
Many moons.
And I wanted to come visit Carla at the farmers market and kind of, I don't know, see how she does the farmers market, because I know that I've done farmers market many a time, but never with somebody who's as professional as you. You're very professional.
That's very nice. I love Mignorelli. These guys, they always have really good, these like the Italian rocket, which is so much closer to
Like
what you get when you're in Italy, you know, and you could like make a bruschetta out of this. This is one of my favorite farmers market secrets. These are so cute because they're lashed with this like rough-hewn
twine from the land.
This hemp rope. But the first thing you should do when you get it home is take this off. So if anything has rubber bands or twisty wire or a rope, undo it, fluff everything out, because where things are held together tightly and have moisture trapped, that's where you get spoilage.
Okay.
But this is beautiful looking, and you can tell from that the roots are still on, like how fresh that is.
Super fresh. Am I ever going to see you like coming over here and you're sort of like
So
like do you smell like when do you smell your produce?
Yeah, I don't mostly with like cut vegetables like this. So one of the first things I do is turn it over to check the stem end, because that's
see,
where
like, how freshly cut it is.
And that it doesn't look like brown or dried out, or that it's been cut again and again, shorter and shorter. So like the broccoli, that it's like right down to the floret, that's because the stem, as it got dry, they cut it shorter. So that's one of the first things I look for. And then just like how perky everybody is.
That's some perky kale. What else do we got? Are we getting anything here? Moving on.
Maybe. And this is broccoli rabe. But that whole stem is edible. People throw away too many stems.
Right.
Eat more stems, people. The
like
radishes,
in general, across the board?
Just in general.
More stems.
You should be eating your artichoke stems, your broccoli stems.
Artichoke stems?
Yeah, that whole thing is edible.
I mean, so I guess if you're at the farmer's market, you're probably getting it. But if you buy it,
they're
in the
trimmed.
grocery store, you
they
never
can be
get
trimmed. California, again, made me crazy. They had artichokes everywhere in the farmer's market. I was so mad.
Yeah.
I was like actually mad.
I mean, this is a good reason why all of us from New York should be moving to California.
Yes.
They have artichokes, people.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
What else do they have? They just have the artichoke.
I mean, but the other thing is you kind of citrus.
We can just winter. Let's just winter in LA.
I'm down.
Okay,
we're moving.
But I can't.
We're
I'm not moving
starting
to
a food commune.
Sorry, California.
In California.
Love you.
Okay.
Just for the winter. Okay. So this is another thing.
Okay.
Those apples were picked in September.
Right.
Don't be fooled. Just because they're here.
Do you think that they freeze them?
They cold storage them.
That long.
Which is fine.
Right.
They're like probably in pretty good shape. But people go to the farmer's market and they
I
think
love,
that
we're
everything.
kind of like surreptitiously like.
I know.
We're
Throwing
like,
so
don't
much
like,
shade.
Look past our shoulder at those apples.
But people get excited. They come to the farmer's market. I see people run up to the stand. Ooh, apples. And I'm like, it's nothing to be excited about. You're fooling yourself.
Not them apples. This is something that I always struggle with. I kind of always walk through the market being like, I'm just going to see who has what and kind of check it out. And then by the time I get through it, I'm like, everybody has everything. I don't even know where to go. Like, it all kind of looked good.
Right.
So do you have a strategy for knowing whose produce to pick or,
Yes.
you know?
You can taste as you go. So if you're seeing sugar snaps, take one. Like, it's totally 100%
Just like
cool.
snatch a little
don't take a handful.
Just like munching along.
Yeah, you're like, I'm just gonna fill up this basket and walk with them. That's cool with you, right? No, like take a sugar snap from this guy, from that guy, from the other guy, and then who's got the sweetest, freshest, juiciest, crunchiest, and then go back.
Okay.
One of my favorite bakeries is here too, She Wolf. Do you know She Wolf?
I know they have beautiful branding.
Okay.
So as a designer,
Okay,
I know that.
so you notice that.
And branding from the perspective of the fact that their bread looks effing amazing too.
Yes, the bread is amazing. So this is Andrew Tarlow's bakery.
Right. Okay. So Andrew Tarlow owns 3 restaurants in New York City.
Yep.
Diner.
Marlowe and Sons.
Romans. Reynard's?
Not anymore.
Oh, let's go look at the.
Yeah, their bread's beautiful if you have not had. And if they might still have baguettes. Hi, how's it going? Good. This gentleman has never experienced your breads before.
I don't think I've had the breads.
Do you have baguette left?
I do. I have some really.
I love a baguette.
Would you love a baguette?
I would love a baguette.
Okay, great. Thank you. Awesome.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Sounds delicious. Should we try some?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the beauty of buying a baguette as you go.
Thank you. This is my favorite part of the baguette.
Off the point.
Yeah.
Does it have like a word in French? I bet it does.
I don't know. Okay. It can be so hard to find a good baguette in New York.
This is a good baguette.
Because the exterior is nice and crisp. The interior is nice and soft.
Yeah.
And that so often you just get like a soggy exterior. It's
Totally.
like not fun.
And baguette you have to eat the day of. Or like the moment after. Really.
Right now.
So in Fort Greene, the baguettes are gone by 10 a.m. The whole arc of emotions of going to the farmer's market for me is like excitement, intense competition, like joy, followed by anxiety that I have to cook everything before it goes bad.
Right.
It's like it's a tragic comedy every time.
And it's all the emotions every time.
It's like a 4-act. It's Hamlet.
Just joy reappear. And
and then
I hope it doesn't end in death.
And that's Superiority Burger.
Oh, the chef?
Chef.
Oh.
I'm blanking on his name.
Okay. Yeah. Do you run into like a lot of chefs that you like either know personally or you like know who they are?
Back in the day, probably more, but yeah, definitely. And you can always tell too when people, pull up to a stand, but they're picking up 4 cases.
You're like,
oh, I'm here for and then they get their special separate supply.
Order. Wait, I want to stop and smell the lilacs.
Oh, stop and smell the lilacs. That's a saying. Lilacs are my favorite. Oh, they smell so good.
So,
you have to take this.
Okay, I'm gonna hold this in my bag. We're gonna go grab a bite at ABC Kitchen.
Okay.
There's a new chef there right now.
Nice.
Who is making really delicious things, and I think that she was at the market. I don't know if this morning or this week. And pulled together a lot of delicious, fresh spring goodies.
Ooh, lucky.
And so we're going to go try a few dishes. It's just a block or 2 north of the farmer's market. And we're going to go get a little bite.
Awesome. Okay. Love it. Coffee?
Yes.
Yes,
definitely.
and coffee.